Hi everyone, welcome to Shelf Control. I'm Norm, and today I'm doing a thrift store find. A little bit early. I got just 4 games here, but a 5th item that I want to test out because I found a mic. And so I have the mic hooked up to the camera here. We'll see how that works. I've got this mic going as well as a backup just in case. And so we'll see how this works. I do have a boom arm coming that could get that mic closer to us here when we're talking, so we'll see how that works. But I thought I'd try it on the camera and see how it sounds. There's a few settings I want to try with it as well. So there may be some editing as I get up and punch things around a little bit. So I might as well talk about the mic first. You can't see it, it's on the camera. I'll put a picture up somewhere here of the mic that I found. But it's the Rode Pro Video Plus, I think is what it's called. And I found it for $35, which seemed like a great deal. I don't know exactly what they go for. Looking it up on Amazon, it was closer to like $300 or something like that. And quick reviews, people seem to think that it was a good mic for YouTube and vlogging and stuff. And so for $35, I thought I'd try it. With this video camera that I got, I've had some problems with mics not working with it in the past, so we're going to see if this one works. It's got its own little preamp. Right now I have it not boosting at all, and it has I think a low pass that I have set to 75, so we'll see how that sounds and if it'll work from that far away. And so $35 seemed like a great deal. So one thing I want to try, I'm going to try it with the boost. Adding a boost seems to put in a little bit of noise, so we'll see how that sounds. So I'll be right back. So this is it with the preamp at a plus 20 decibels, and we'll see how that sounds. I'm not going to talk for very long in case it's terrible, because my little test of holding the mic in front of my mouth sounded terrible. So I'm going to quickly change it. Alright, this setting is actually at a -10, and so it might be a little bit too soft for what we're doing here, especially with the mic over there. Alright, so I set the mic back to no boost. Change it from 75 to 150 to see how that sounds. And then I'm going to go back to just the 75. Alright, so this is actually without no pass filter. I've turned off the 150 and the 75. And so there's no boost, no filter. So I'm just going to keep going with this. We'll see. I might have to end up going with this audio, and hopefully one of these two audios sounds good, so we can actually have some audio in this video. So instead of starting with the thrift store finds, I'm going to start with a game that we got in a giveaway on BlueSky. I don't know if you're on BlueSky or not, but there's a large number of people from the board game community, designers, reviewers, and people who just enjoy board games are over there. And it's a great place to get in touch. And there was a person that I've been following on there who put up a giveaway. He was wanting to promote his BlueSky because he came over from Twitter. And his name was Dominic Crapuchette. I hope I'm pronouncing that correctly, but he's actually the founder of North Star Games. And yeah, he was actually just doing a giveaway of some games that he had on his shelf that were being unplayed and weren't even necessarily games from his publishing company. I don't know if any of them were or not, but he had a bunch of them there, and a lot of them were ones that we've already had, like Takanoko and Terraforming Mars and a bunch of others like that. I went ahead and retweeted. I wonder what do they call that on BlueSky? Is it skeeted? Did I reskeet? I don't know. but I went ahead and retweeted it. Not necessarily to win, because like I said, we had most of the games there, but just to help him get that out there. And he had some really good games that we enjoyed that I thought I'd put out there to the people who were following us, a small group, but you know that they could benefit from those games. And it turns out that we won one of the games and got to pick which game out of the pile we wanted. And so we picked Tang Garden, and I did not. He said that it included an expansion. I did not realize that it was 2 box expansions and then all this other smaller stuff to go with it. So that's just awesome. Thanks Dominic for sending this out to us. We'll put your BlueSky at the bottom for people to follow if they're interested in there on BlueSky. But yeah, this was one that I was really interested in trying. It looked beautiful, but just never got my hands on it. And so now I got my hands on it with some expansions. So we're gonna have to bust this open and see what we think of it. So yeah, I wanted to get this out of the way so Dominic could get a shout out before I got into the other stuff and people might start losing interest with my rambling. So thanks, Dominic. One game I found, this was one that I was a little bit unsure about, because this is a 4X light game, and I really enjoy the 4X games. I've got Twilight Imperium, and I've played others like that, and really enjoy it. But this one does not seem as heavy or as involved or deep as those. But I thought maybe this would be a good one for introducing people to the 4X genre, and we'll see. We'll see how we like it. It was $30. I picked it up. It seemed like a good deal. It's got lots of minis in it, and so you know, if it turns out not to be for us, oh well. But I thought it was worth trying to see if it could get new people into the genre, kind of ease them into Twilight Imperium. The second one is Through the Ages. This was $28.95, so $29, so under $30 for Through the Ages. It doesn't have the new Leaders expansion, which I've heard adds some good stuff to it. But this was one I was actually wanting to try. I'm a fan of Vlaada Chvátil, and this is one that I've got the app for, and I've played it a few times on the app. When I was at vacation one time, I just downloaded it, so when I'm sitting there in the evening with something to do, I was playing Through the Ages, and the app seemed to be a really good implementation of it. But I also found that there were times I really didn't know exactly what I was doing in the app. I'd try to do something and the app would tell me I couldn't do it, and so I'd do something else, and you know, it tracks everything for you. And I always thought that it'd be kind of neat to have the physical version, to see if maybe the physical version lets me grok the game a little bit better and figure out how it flows. And for less than $30, I thought that was a great deal to pick up. And so we'll see how that goes. But here is the one that I was so excited to find. Eclipse Second Dawn for the Galaxy. So this is a game that I've been wanting to try for a long time. I think it's actually ranked at 18 best games on Board Game Geek. It's a 4X game, so it falls probably somewhere in between Northgard and Twilight Imperium. I think this one's supposed to play a little bit more Euro-y and also play a little bit faster, so it doesn't necessarily have to be an all-day thing. And the insert is incredible. You've got all these bits that hold all the pieces together, and your faction boards that you just hand out to each player has all their ships and starting things in there, and the lid itself actually works as a tracker to track your resources. I was really excited to try this one, but never could pull the trigger because it's always been a little bit more costly than what I would want to spend on a game that I don't know. The only weird thing is it didn't come with a rule book, but it came out with one that was printed. So I checked, it's the latest rule book. So I don't know if the person who had this first lost the rule book or had an older rule book and just discarded it when they printed out the latest one. So I don't have a problem with that. So yeah, this was this was $54.95, and I could not pass it up at that price. I'm so excited to try this out and see if this is a Twilight Imperium that will hit the table a little bit more often than Twilight Imperium does, because that's an all-day affair. So what do you guys think about these games? What's your experience with Northgard? Is it a good introduction to 4X? Is it fun to play, even if you're not introducing new people to the 4X genre? Is it just something fun to play through the ages? Should I stick with the app, or is this a good way to play it? Tang Garden, I'm excited to open it up and see it. It's supposed to be a beautiful game when you play it. But yeah, I really think I'm going to enjoy this one. I appreciate every one of you watching, and I appreciate Dominic Crapuchette. Hopefully I haven't butchered that a second time. But anyways, I'll talk to you later. Bye.